Have you ever been hungry at work? Most likely, yes. Have you ever been horny at work? Probably not. I hope not. But imagine a scenario where a sexual thought enters your brain, and for a split second you just feel a little bit horny. Then the thought goes away, and you go back to work. Maybe it has happened to you before. It's pretty normal. We have 60,000 we have 60,000 thoughts floating through our head on a daily basis. But you don't go and act on your impulse and go and fuck someone, the nearest person to you, just to get rid of this craving, do you? No. You acknowledge it, you forget about it, and you move on. So why is it different for hunger? All of the vices that you've been addicted to, whether it's food, porn, weed, sugar, alcohol, it's your brain telling you to act on these impulses. Your body doesn't need these things, you know that. Yet as soon as we get this social craving, as soon as we get this cue in our head to like act on an impulse, we go ahead and do it. My mum did this. She was a big woman, God rest her soul. But most of the lines that came out of her mouth every day, you could bet every day I'm going to hear her say, I'm hungry, I'm starving. It's eating time. And the thing is, obviously you're going to get fat and you're going to struggle to lose weight if you act on that impulse every time. And it's bullshit. And let me tell you why I know that it's bullshit. I've been intermittent fasting for 4 years now, maybe more. And I start eating at 3 o'clock and I stop at 7. And relatively I eat clean most of the time. So my last meal is going to be like, I don't know, 4 scrambled eggs with some spinach or something. Not many carbs, not many sugar, nothing too bad. And then I wake up the next day and I don't feel hungry at all. I go to work, I get on with my job, I get home, and come 3 o'clock, I'm not even that hungry, but I just know that it's time to eat and I need to get the protein in my body. But there's one interesting thing that I learned by doing intermittent fasting. On the days that I maybe broke my window and ate at 10 o'clock at night, and specifically ate like a big dirty cheeseburger or a big pizza to myself, I woke up starving the next morning. Like my stomach was rumbling and I started thinking to myself, this doesn't make sense. How do I like go to bed eating less calories and waking up less hungry, but then when I eat loads of calories, I'm more hungry the next day? I just don't get it. Do you think I go and eat something? No, I don't. It's first thing in the morning. I'm not used to eating till 3 o'clock. Why would I do that? I realize like your brain can play tricks on your body. And so it's important not to just listen to your brain every time it tells you to do something. Every time it tells you you're horny, you don't go and fuck the closest person to you. You'd be in jail by now. So why do you have to do it every time you're hungry? Well, you don't. And if you're a fat person or you know fat people, chances are you've heard this before. You hear them say they're hungry all the time and they start obsessing about this thought and they make it their sole mission and purpose to quench this satisfying crave and go and eat something. And the hungrier you are, the more you want to eat. But if there's anything I've learned when it comes to trying to eat clean and lose weight on my journey, it's not to listen to your brain every time it tells you to do something. And look, I know that's harder said than done. I know it. I still fuck up from time to time by listening to my brain. But just try to do what you would do in a scenario if you were horny at work. If you can use this comparison because it's really helping me. Just know that, well, maybe I'm not actually horny and it's just a random thought that I had. So I'm just going to acknowledge the thought and let it go and keep getting on with my work. Because I don't know if you've ever tried to not listen to your hunger craving, but what happens when you don't listen to it is the hunger goes away. That rumbling stomach, and you're thinking, oh no, I need to listen to my body. It's trying to tell me something. You know, I'm not living in a third world country. I don't have to hunt for my food. It's easily accessible. I have the money. Next time you feel these feelings or these cravings, just try your best to ignore them, even for like 10 minutes. And go do something. Make sure you're not just lying in bed, because obviously if you're bored, that's going to make it so much harder to avoid ordering yourself a takeaway or eating on impulse. But the next time that you feel hungry and you know you're trying to lose weight, you've got a goal in mind. You've already eaten enough the day before or even previously to this point. Don't listen to your brain. Your brain's letting you down, man. They're turning the frogs gay! I sound like some kind of conspiracy theorist. But no, I just feel like it's something that's definitely not talked about enough. Ignore your craving for hunger. Give it 10, 20 minutes to an hour, and I promise you it'll go away, especially if you find something else to do with your time. Distract yourself, and the craving will disappear. And if you've been struggling to lose weight your whole life, like my mother has, like I have, it's because you need to break the cycle. You need to stop doing all the same things that you keep doing. Unfortunately, as smart as our brains are, it's also what's leading us to these mediocre, sexless, drug addicted, food addicted lives, keeping us at the bottom. So we need to either be stronger than this and don't listen to our brains, or become smarter. I'm not really sure how to do that yet. So I hope this video helped, because I know it's really hard to do. I've been struggling with food addiction my whole life. My whole family has been struggling with it. Still struggling. And it's not easy. And it's something that is really important to me, because I care about my health and I want myself to have a nice physique. I want to be proud of myself. I want to be proud that I can go into work and some lovely lady I work with's brought a load of cakes in and I can just say no. And better yet, I can say no and not eat every single type of different cake there is, because that's what I've done in the past. That's what I'm still liable to do. But I promise you, the more that you keep saying no and trying to control your impulses, the easier it gets. The stronger you become, until it doesn't really feel like you're taking all of this strength and willpower to say no and not listen to your brain. It just becomes second nature. It becomes natural, easy. But the one thing I will leave you with, and the most important thing of all, with whatever addiction you're trying to quell at the moment, do not beat yourself up about it. If you've been doing good on your diet for the last week and you end up fucking up badly, don't ruminate on your thoughts about how stupid and fat you are. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the cheat meal, even if it was accidental and you didn't deserve one. Enjoy it and move on. Forget about it and just do better the next day, because if you beat yourself up about it, you increase the pressure on yourself and there's a high chance that you'll just give it up altogether. And we must never, ever, ever give up. So thank you for joining me in this journey. And until the next one, breathe deep, smile big.